What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy MORDIN, and I'm back again with another video. Let's get straight to it. So Stonebwoy's PR Vida Educhum or Educhumwa or something like that. So let's get straight to it. It was about the recent discussion they had on Straight is Watching, you know, DJ Slim's platform, and you had Stonebwoy's representation in the person of Vida Educhumwa and then of Vida Educhum. Sorry, but let me just stick to Vida. And then you have Tilly, who is representing Kim Promise, and then you also have FC Portfolio representing Kim Paluta. Now, a lot of misinformation, especially from Stonebwoy's camp, was given on that day, right? And these are a few things that have been happening in the industry that, of course, when you have someone who is eloquent, bold, and is able to speak their mind and articulate things very well, most often than not, they can get away with a lot of things. And this is the case of what's happening in general, what's happening in the Ghanaian music industry, so to say, right? And more often than not, we have such events or such shows going on where we don't have someone who is fact-checking anything most of those panelists are saying. One of such unfortunate incident happened when DJ Slim asked Vida Educhumwa a simple question, a question that, what makes your artist the best to be considered artist of the year? You know, put your things out there. What you think makes Stonebwoy the best to win artist of the year? That was simply the question, right? This is the question that was posed to her, and she said a few things over there that wasn't factual at all. And I ask myself, is she even aware of the dancehall genre? Is she even aware of what Stonebwoy as an artist is about? You know, because someone who is representing an artist like Stonebwoy, you should know much about everything that Stonebwoy is doing, so that you can be able to rebut anything someone will come out there to say, you know. And you are the last line of defense, right? So you don't want to put out negative information or false information out there where people will get access to your artist and attack your artist or see your artist in a negative light. That is not your work at all. Your work is always to come out there and make sure that any false information out there or any unclear information out there about your artist is cleared and made so that people will have a good and sound image of your artist. I think that is what you are supposed to be doing, not making it look murky for your artist. Now, how did she go about this very question? She went about the question with a few things, and I would like to point it out. I jotted a few things here, so let me just go straight to it. So first of all, she was talking about Asia, right? She said there is scanty data on Asia's acceptance, or the acceptance of dancehall in Asia, the genre dancehall. Scanty data was what she said, because Asia is culturally knit of a continent, right? Which basically means that they are a group of people that like to protect what they have, and they are you know, when it comes to their culture, they are a very respectful group of people, and so they like to keep things the way it's supposed to be, you know. And so Vida went ahead to state that because of the language of dancehall, it is not a thing that is popular in Asia, right? But this is something we will come to. And then she also made something. She made a very profound statement that the growing trend of Afrobeat in Asia market is due to K-pop, because K-pop dwells heavily on Afrobeat, as well as the dance that comes with Afrobeats is also influencing the dance space of the same K-pop and the Asian community. Hence the reason why Afrobeats as a genre is having a much greater influence in Asia than that of dancehall. So I want to go into a few things, and then we'll talk about this type of things, right? So in the end, she made a certain statement to close the video. She made a certain statement that was like, Hina no tie dancehall ewo infiltrate to say Japan. Infiltrate to say Japan. Huna no tie dancehall. She made this statement, right? And which simply means that who is listening to dancehall or who listens to dancehall music in backyards like Japan. That was the statement she made. Now, guys, I try not to put videos on my channel because of copyright. My videos, my older channel, those who have been following me for a long time knows what happened to my channel, right? So because of this, I try to streamline what videos I choose to put on my platform and all that kind of stuff. And you know, this has got to do with Stonebwoy's ends and also DJ Slim. And you never know, one can take down your video simply because you took a video and put it in there. So the video that I'm talking about, you can watch the whole thing on DJ Slim's channel, Straight is Watching, or the short version of exactly the one I'm talking about is on Zion Felix's platform and a host of other platforms. But go on to Zion Felix's Instagram and the video is there for you to watch. So I'm going to go into the point. So right now, let's start with K-pop. So K-pop, you know, K-pop has no influence when it comes to dancehall, sorry, not dancehall, Afrobeats, right? Afrobeat does not influence K-pop in any way, right? Now, let me tell you something. K-pop simply means Korean pop, right? It hails from South Korea, and that is what it means, Korean pop. And these are the blends that made up the music. So you have pop music, you have hip-hop, you have R&B, you have rock, and then you have electronic dance. These are the songs, these are the genres that make up K-pop, right? And so Afrobeat is nowhere near what Vida wanted to say. You know, in recent times we have seen how big of a genre Afrobeat has become, right? And because of this, you have different jurisdictions jumping on the Afrobeat vibe. So you have the America itself, the United States of America. You have artists, A-list artists in America jumping onto the whole Afrobeat vibe. Chris Brown, Beyonce, and a host of others. They are all jumping on it and being featured left, right, center, or featuring artists left, right, center. So we see it. South Korea is also part of this trend, where you have a few of their artists also trying to mimic Afrobeats. So the K-pop exists on its own, but then due to the popularity of Afrobeats, a lot of these people are now trying to jump into the Afrobeats market and incorporate it. This doesn't make Afrobeat hugely popular in Asia. So it's a wrong thing to say that Afrobeats is hugely popular in Asia simply because it is the most or it is that one genre on which K-pop dwells, and because of that, anyone singing Afrobeats should be able to sell easily in the Asian market. So that is a false narrative. Now, when you talk about Afrobeats, we have a few artists that dominate that scene, and that is these are artists coming from the Nigerian sides. And so now, please go online and research how many Nigerian artists have played in Asia. When we talk of Asia, it's broad. You're talking about Japan, you're talking about China, you're talking about India, you're talking about Pakistan, Iraq, all these places, right? They all form part, you know, Malaysia, Thailand, and all the host, when they all form part of Asia. And so sometimes, right, Sri Lanka, all these places, we look at Asia and then we think Japan and China, Thailand, and all, but it's culturally diverse, right? What Asia is culturally diverse. Now, let's get into the other segment. Says there is scanty data on what dancehall is doing in Asia, right? There's scanty data. Now, let me tell you something. It is quite sad that Vida could say with such authority that Stonebwoy does dancehall and Stonebwoy is showcasing his ability or stamping his authority in the areas where dancehall matters, predominantly the Caribbean and Jamaica, going ahead to mention some shows that Stonebwoy has featured on. Granted, but when it comes to Asia, right, you have The number one place that dancehall is even bigger than Jamaica itself is Japan. Now, Japan is also an Asian country, and for her to even say at the tail end of that clip that hina no beti dancehall and hina no obo dancehall ewo infiltrate to say Japan no, tells me exactly that she is clueless. You understand that? Who plays dancehall music in backyards like Japan? Now, Japan alone has over 300 sound systems when it comes to dancehall. Now, when we talk about sound system, it's basically DJs, right? And a group of maybe, let's say, engineers, you know, sound engineers and all that kind of that come together to play this type of beats and all that kind of stuff. So in Ghana, someone we can liken to a sound system is Lagazi, for example, right? And these are the people that form groups and all that, and it's an integrated part of this whole dancehall culture. When you go to Jamaica and you mention sound systems, everybody knows these things, right? And the number of sound systems that exist in Japan surpasses that of Jamaica. And of course, Japan is a bigger place, it's a bigger country than that of Jamaica, and so one can understand. And so dancehall is huge in Japan. Not only there, it's also a growing genre in places like the Philippines, Malaysia, Thailand. And reggae is a big thing also in Sri Lanka. And we always say dancehall, reggae, they move hand in hand. And so my question here is, the fact that you do not know, you know, simply because you think King Promise is at the forefront to be the artist of the year. Last year, 2023, I'm talking about the calendar year for the award scheme, right? Because the current year is 2025, but what they are looking to award people on is the work that was done last year, which is 2024. And so the year before that is 2023. We all know that King Promise should have won that artist of the year hands down because he did well. However, internal politics does not favor him. But now, today, everyone knows that it is swaying the way of King Promise, and King Promise stands tall than anybody else out there. So in bid to discredit King Promise's work, simply because people keep saying that King Promise has played or has toured 5 continents out of the 7, and Asia is one of the places where King Promise has shown light over it. Now let's get this straight. What King Promise did in Asia is significant. King Promise has performed in Japan, a place where Stonebwoy has never stepped foot to perform. I stand to be corrected. If anybody knows Stonebwoy, a Stonebwoy show in Japan, please let me know, and I'll duly come out and apologize. But to my knowledge, Stonebwoy has not performed in Japan. The biggest stronghold aside Africa, when I mention Africa, I'm talking Ghana, I'm talking Uganda, I'm talking Zimbabwe, and there is one other country when it comes Nigeria. When it comes to dancehall in Africa, these are the 4 places that carry the dancehall scene. But aside Jamaica, if you're looking for a place that dancehall is very huge, that is Japan, and Stonebwoy hasn't played there. And so if you're saying that Stonebwoy's forte is dancehall, and that is where he specializes, and he's conquering areas where dancehall is dominant, why haven't Team Stonebwoy made it out there in a place like Japan? Since you're saying that, oh, Afrobeat is huge in Asia already, so if you push your song, it will just pick up, and it is, you know, Vida speaks as if it is an easy place to just get a hit song. Even the biggest Nigerian artists are not hitting in Asia. And so, going with your own analogy, if dancehall is huge in Japan and it forms part of the backbone of their music scene and all, then an artist like Stonebwoy should easily be big in Japan, or should have songs that go viral, that have gone viral in Japan. But we are not seeing it. Let me come back again with another thing. Stonebwoy also does some Afrobeat songs. Manoji is not a dancehall song. And Stonebwoy coins himself as the Afro dancehall artist, where he mixes blends of African songs and dancehall. And a lot of Stonebwoy songs are also Afrobeats, right? And so, you know, when it comes to Afrobeats, when you go out there, so long as you're an African singing any song, people just classify it as, you know what I mean? They just put it under the category of Afrobeats. And so what stops Stonebwoy from getting to that terrain and making it out there? So for the mere fact that you want to belittle someone's work, to just push your artist out there by way of giving false information, is a no-no. It's a no-no. You understand? It's a no-no. And so start pushing your artists, how do you call it, songs, the reggae songs that you have, beautiful reggae songs like Non-Stop, for example. Push it in areas like Sri Lanka. Dancehall tunes, push them in areas like Japan. And once they gain traction, you can be able to go there and perform, because these are strongholds of reggae and dancehall. So please, Vida, do not come out there and say things that would put a dent on Stonebwoy's image. When it comes to dancehall, it looks like you're clueless, and that is what your brand, your Stonebwoy brand, identifies with as an artist. And so perhaps you should talk to him, let him educate you a little bit, or go online. Data is free, and learn a few things. And to the fans out there, before you come here being sentimental and all stuff in the comment section, go online and do the research for yourself. These are things that one can find online. You guys over and over keep tagging Shatawale fans as uneducated people and people who just jump on bandwagons and go. But if you, someone who is in Stonebwoys, can pride yourself to be the guys who know much about everything, and you're the most educated and the most enlightened in everything, the type of information you put out there should also tally with the truth. Now let me put this out there very shortly. You know, there is no absolute truth and there is no absolute lie, because what your truth is may be my lie, and what my lie is may be your truth, and vice versa, right? In view of this, there are some things that we can never lie about. For example, if MTN data is 5 cedis and it's written, and one can actually prove that it is 5 cedis, you can't go sit somewhere and say MTN data is 10 cedis, simply because one can cross-check and know the truth. And so for things that one can cross-check and know the truth, let us be careful the type of information we put out there, because once people search and they find the correct information, it will go against you. And once it goes against you, it will be very difficult for people to even listen to you when you're telling the truth. My name is MORDIN. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section below. I'm checking on my paper here if I've left any point out, but I think so far I've covered everything that I want to cover. These are the areas I wanted to touch on. This false information is not leading us anywhere positive. We should be able to come out and search for things properly, and if we want to defend anybody based on fanaticism and all that stuff, we should come up with the accurate information and not killing our already ailing industry simply because of awards. The space is bigger. There's a lot more one can do, and there's a lot more we can do together. My name is MORDIN. Peace.